Hey folks, Don from Town of Western Civic Affairs. We're on site here at the fire department location, watching them remove the soil here. It'll just be a second and then I'm going to get a really good shot, but you just got to give me a second here. This is Thursday, I believe it's the 7th. We're right here on the grounds of the park. I've got a ladder set up. We're going to get up there in a second. I am on public property at the park, and I'm going to be basically taking some shots of the material here that they are removing, and there's a massive amount of material, as you can see, that's coming out of this. That's probably 12 feet high and probably a 30-foot circumference of soil. I don't know how many yards that is, maybe 12, maybe 20, maybe 30 yards. I'm not sure. It's quite a bit of material that they're taking out there. We're going to get a little better view for you folks here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera on the pole that I have, and we'll get up on the ladder. We'll get a real good view in there. So we'll see if they try to come out and tell us we have to leave from a public park in the town of Western, that we can't film this. But we'll see. Hold on with me, okay? They're going down about 12 feet. They're about 12 feet deep. All of the first section of the boom there is going right down. So we're probably 12 feet down into the ground, which would pretty much hit any kind of a water table that would be here. That might very well carry that material right underneath that building. They're down more than 12 feet. Yeah, they're about 12 to 15 feet down into below the surface. live today Looks like they're going to close up shop. We may have shaken them a little bit here, just because we're here actually observing the material they're taking out here. Action at the fire department over there. They're probably getting together trying to figure out how to stop us from actually recording this. Parked over here. I'm parked at the entrance of the park off the side of the road on Main Street. That's not a state road. It looks like they're going to get ready to close up shop here because because we're here. We'll see. Maybe it's the end of the workday for them. I don't think they'd leave that pile of dirt unattended, however, for runoff to impact that. Check this to make sure it's still recording. It's still recording. Hi, John. Hi, Dustin. Looks like you folks are making some headway. I said you're making headway. See how close we are to the canal here. And if they're going down 10 or 12 feet, they could hit an aquifer that very well could take that fuel anywhere over here and into the fields in the back here. There is a smell of fuel in the air here. The wind blows from that area. I can smell the fuel. It looks like they may be closing up for a couple of minutes, so we'll go ahead. We'll let you folks go, and we'll bring you right back online again as soon as we get some more information, any more movement on what's happening here. We'll get back to you. So we'll be on it. Leaving. I'm going to go see if I can catch up with them. Can I talk to you for a second? Do you know how long you guys might be here?
Probably a month.
Oh my God! So they won't be open for a month? Oh my gosh! Okay, thank you. So that's it. They're going to be here for a month cleaning this up. Now, I don't know about you folks, but they had mentioned to me that maybe 200 gallons had spilled out of this tanker that went bad, and I'm kind of wondering, 200 gallons for a month's worth of work. I can't even imagine that. But again, I'm not an environmental expert on fuel spills, aircraft fuel, aviation fuel. I don't know whether it has different properties than diesel fuel as far as how quickly it might spread in material, like frozen dirt or snow and ice. They've got a pretty deep hole. It's got to be 12 to 15 feet deep, and it's got to be, again, probably just where they've dug out so far, probably 20 by 20 feet square. If you look up in the sky there, you can see one of the eagles that lives here. We were concerned about them putting this helipad here with those eagles nesting right here. You can see that over there, just above the red barn. But there's eagles that nest right in here, and the town would have none of that concern for the safety of those eagles living in this landing and takeoff area where the helicopter is, and of course now this is the hunting ground for that mated pair of eagles, and the hunting area down here in this canal area is now suspect for carrying the same kinds of possibly contaminants that would have initially taken that eagle population almost to the brink of extinction in the 70s and 80s. So we're looking at that and saying this is like a little mini failure of many things, not the least of which is this town board to make the kinds of decisions on putting an industrial site like this with the possibility at the time of a spill or an aircraft accident next to a town park. Literally, I'm 200 feet. The park is 200, probably 175 to 200 feet from that spill. I don't know what the elevation is, whether that's higher than the ground here at the park, whether there's a propensity of the material to move from that area over here. I don't know. I don't know if the ground is actually acting as a sponge and is actually soaking that material in and holding it, or whether the amount of rain that we had over the last 3 days and that major melt that we had in the last 3 days actually propelled that material to move much faster than it normally would have. The fact that they're going through that freeze cap, that first 3 or so feet of material that should be frozen at the end of the winter in March here, the fact that they're digging much below that tells us that ice or cold frozen earth was not much of a barrier to aviation fuel getting sucked into the ground down to 12 or 15 feet, 3 to 5 times deeper than that permafrost, if you will, for this open area. So it's concerning to us, and it should be concerning to many folks here that there's this big of a spill, and yet the town and or the fire department has said nothing whatsoever to the people about this incident at all. They've not gone on the radio. They've not made any phone calls to anyone. I've not received a phone call. I think if they wanted the people to know, they'd either get on the radio or call me. Within minutes, you'd have the information. Heck, we could do a live stream from the town hall, the fire department, and the town, and the zoning board, and the planning board. The very folks that approved this disaster would be able to tell you how they're going to try to mitigate it for you. But no, the town's going to have none of that. The town doesn't want anything communicated unless they have their hand on it, unless they touch it, unless they mold it to make sure that it is pretty and it's tasteful and it's something that can be consumed by the public without any concern or negative sentiment towards the actions of the town board, the zoning board, or the planning board, and or the fire department. So we're gonna go. We gotta charge up our phone. We gotta do some other things. I want to get a hard copy of this off to the to New York State and to our local officials in the county as well, just to make sure that they know that this town is first of all not listening to the people when the people say they have concerns about this kind of stuff going in, and then approving it in a less than durable fashion with respect to how they push through this old tanker truck to sit on 4 rubber tires or 6 or 8 or how many it's got, and to act as a permanent holding tank when really it's just a portable jalopy sitting on a lot holding fuel waiting to spill. It's been like that for almost a year and or more, and this is unacceptable. It's just unacceptable. So we're going to take off. Thanks for watching. Town of Western Civic Affairs. There's a few folks in there. Hopefully they're listening. Hopefully they know how concerned the people are, that the people will have somebody come out here and stand in 25-degree blowing 15 to 20 mile an hour winds in the snow to get this kind of stuff out to the people, because the people matter in the town of Western, regardless as to what the town board, the zoning board, and the planning board believe. Thanks so much for joining us. Town of Western Civic Affairs. Trying to turn it off just won't work. Oh, boy. Let's see. Get it out there. Okay. Thanks for watching, Jeff.